Broadcasting live from a hollowed out tree stump in the middle of no man's land. You've reached Married with Comedy with Jeff Onyx and Joe Chandler. Strap in, boys and girls, and keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times, because it's gonna get bumpy.
Yeah, Joe couldn't hear that opener. Just me. I could hear it. You know what I'm gonna have to do, Joe?
What?
I'm gonna have to turn this up. Turn this up a little bit. How's that? I got me up. What about your microphone?
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
your microphone's that one over there. See, I have to turn yours up like this. Give you a little bit more on your side. So that's Joe's microphone over there, and this is my microphone over here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So you can hear my microphone better than yours. What about your microphone?
Boom.
Welcome to the show, Married with Comedy. I'm Jeff Onyx.
And I'm Joe Chandler.
Joe Chandler, and we have opposite day shirts today, where I'm wearing a dark colored shirt with a lighter colored shirt under it, and he's wearing a lighter colored hoodie with a darker colored shirt under it. And I'm wearing a hat, and he's not, and I'm wearing a hair and a beard, and he's trying to do a beard. Yeah. Is that the best you can do, or can you do one like this?
No. This can get longer, but this just is all patchy, and then if I try to grow this any more, I look creepy.
I can hear my voice like really hard. Look. It's really bad when you can hear yourself. Whoa, do you touch the microphone stand with your feet?
Yeah, I did.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So again, those of you who haven't been here for an extended period of time, we've got new studio look. Got the background, awesome speakers. Got the halo light going on. Got the LEDs back there. Sweet. Yeah. So that's what's up. Man, you can hear that really loud. By the way, you got to get the bell. Here's why. When you do that one segment, oh, is that the broken one? Or is that the right? No, that one's the broken one. Oh, the good one's over there. Next to you there. So when you do that one segment that you were doing,
yeah,
lightly, when you say that one word, so we don't get censored, we're going to try not to say the F word too much. So when you get to that word, you know, so you could say, fuck, 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 fucking shit, fuck.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And whoever's listening right now, you're probably really super irritated. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to tell everybody where they can watch the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, man, I hate it when it does that. Don't you? Don't you hate it when it like opens a whole new window? Don't open a whole new window when I'm trying to do it. And then what I'll do in here is I will let people know in the chitty chat right here. Boom. There you go. Yeah. What do you think of that? Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I'm number one. You're the number one. Are you the number one gun, or am I?
The number one what?
Gun? You know what the number one gun? Are you the number one gun?
I don't know.
Number one gun, bro. You gotta be the number one gun. You want to be the number one gun?
I want to be number two.
The shit, bro.
Yeah.
You're the shit. Yeah. Anyway, so on today's show, is that you?
No.
That wasn't you?
No.
Today's show, we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff going on. We got some trivia going down. We got some, awesome stuff. We're going to be hanging out with people. We're going to be doing some stuff and things. And I'm going to go ahead and put on here where we're going to be so people see us. So I don't know your gossip thing, so we're not gonna give that away. So today we're gonna do some trivia. We're gonna do This Week in Comedy History with a special mention. We're gonna do the Science Denier of the Week, Hans Tolhofer. We're gonna do Con Plan 888. do some gossip thing with you. We're going to talk about the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. It's going to be cool. And it's going to be linked to the Ghetto Chef thing this week. So you and I are going to break down Killing Room. Yeah. Let's see. We're going to talk about Gumby, the Pathetic Pet of the Week. Forgot to pick one, but by the time we get to where we need to, we're going to pick one. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to have Jay on the phone. He's gonna jump on the phone with us. Jump on the phone with us. So we'll be able to do something with that, right?
Yeah.
You know what's really messed up is this is really loud. You think that's really loud?
The keyboard?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
I was
but
trying
it's
to-
not like loud.
I was trying to avoid having the keyboard being used, you know? I was trying to go all out with the clickety clack and the tickety tack, you know what I'm saying? You know what messes me up though? Well, here's what messes me up. I think that this was on again. So if I would have gone to another scene, the opener would have played again because I didn't shut it off. So I just shut it off. It'd be nice if it lit up to tell you when it's on and went off when it's off.
Yeah.
Like if the icon changed or something. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, we're gonna look into that. So the trivia question of the week. Okay. By the way, we're only going to be chatting with people in what do you call it? On YouTube. So if you're listening on Facebook, somehow make it to YouTube, figure it out. It'll be cool. So today's trivia on snap. We're gonna do this. Watch. Trivia. Boom. You can't see it. Look, you can't see it on the screen. But if I were to click over there so you could see it, trivia on snap. Look. Trivia on snap. Today's trivia question is, in a bingo game, which number is represented by the phrase two little ducks? So let us know in the comments. Chitty chat, let us know what's up. Two little ducks. Don't say it. I know you know it because you bingo a lot. Oh wait, beach blanket bingo doesn't count, does it?
Beach blanket bingo?
Oh my god.
I don't even know what that is.
I am so old. You seriously don't know what beach blanket bingo is?
No.
Well, beach blanket bingo was basically you go to the beach and different people have a blanket there.
Yeah.
And you take turns doing something on a different blanket. Beach blanket bingo.
Oh. Okay.
There was like some surf bands. What's the name of that surf band? The Beach Boys? Jan and Dean, that whole scene. There was even a movie, Beach Blanket Bingo. All right.
What would they do on the towel? The blankets?
Okay, back in the day it was making out. So they would go to make out.
Oh, just make out?
Well, back then making out was it. You kiss and you make out and maybe you touch some boobies, but that went too far because then you'd have to get married. Don't touch boobies, you'd have to get married.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Seriously.
That's in the movies and stuff.
Yeah,
but...
nobody was baby in the corner. Baby had to get an abortion. It wasn't really baby. It was her like sister or friend or somebody.
No, I think it was baby.
No, baby wasn't baby.
And they had to go
They thought
out
it was,
of the country.
They thought it was baby, but it wasn't.
It was a baby.
No. It was baby's friend or
So baby did it.
No, baby didn't do it. It wasn't baby.
No.
It wasn't baby at all. Hey, if you are if you would like to send us mail, we'll get this out of the way. You could send us oh wait, no, we're gonna do fan mail instead of hate mail. Do fan mail. You can send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And can you still hear you?
Yeah.
What if I move my microphone like that so we can hear both of us through one microphone?
Okay. No.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, now I can. But
Your microphone's over there too.
Yeah, but
if you turn to look at me, that microphone's not picking you up.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was suggesting you move it however you want. Oh my. Joe, bro. Or if you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And that's what's up with the what's up. So you can send us some stuff. So here's the thing. I plan to have guests on the show. Oh, why is my chat not loading? I plan to have guests on the show. Yes? That's what we're supposed to do. Have guests on the show. What is up? Why is it doing that? Anyway, we plan to have guests on the show. And they're supposed to be on the show. They're supposed to be doing their thing. Look at this. I'm going to have to do this. And then grab it. Today. Ugh. Man, the computer's running so slow. It's probably lagging all over the place, all over the internet. The internet's probably lagging everywhere. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the lagginess?
See a ninja. He's cool.
Who's cool?
The ninja.
Yeah. I'm going to restore the chat. Boom. Boom. You know, a lot of people, they don't know that when we're doing this show, there's this box right here. And it's the chat box. And if it has the wrong information in it, because I didn't do it, then it's not going to show up. But when I put the right information in it, then it shows up. And then when we chat in the chat room over here and we say hi, then it shows up right there. It'll say hi. So if you're chatting with us on Facebook or on YouTube, not on Facebook, we're not paying attention to you if you're on Facebook. Just a heads up. Anyway, why does he not call? Why do they not call when it's time to call? You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were calling him.
No, man.
He's calling you.
He's supposed to call me, bro. Because the way that the system works is I'm supposed to ignore him for a couple minutes while I talk to you about stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like that. And then he'll call. And then this is the phone right here. That one's the phone. So, yeah. So the trivia question in the bingo game. Which number is represented by the phrase two little ducks? Yeah. So before we get into this week in comedy history, we'll mention, honorable mention. We'll do this week in comedy history probably after we get our phone call done, which is really super irritating, by the way, Jay, if you're listening, that I set this up way ahead of time and you don't even take the decency to call me. Oh, there you go. So when I'm trying to talk to him on the phone, he's like, oh, I'm going to call you later. Oh, hey, who's on the phone?
Who?
Okay, you on the phone now?
Oh, who? I thought you said who. I was like, I'm Owl.
You on the phone. So Joe's here, and now Jay's on the phone. So we were about to
What's
talk.
up, Jose?
What up?
We were about to talk about an honorary This Week in Comedy History. So this is not going to be the official This Week in Comedy History, but This Week in Comedy History, not Norm Macdonald. Who's the other guy? Bob Saget died.
Yeah.
Bob Saget died.
Okay, wait. Are we calling Bob Saget a comedian?
Well, Bob
yeah.
Saget's a great comedian if you've ever heard the Aristocrats joke.
Oh, I've heard the Aristocrats joke. Don't get me started on why that's famous.
Gilbert Gottfried did it too. A whole bunch of people did it.
I think
Gilbert
Godfrey
did
was
it.
the best.
Great version of it. So apparently, this guy, Bob Saget, who was an actor for a little while on this shitty TV show with these little girls, was found dead in a hotel the night after his comeback performance, where he performed before I think 400 people. And he
wow.
In Orlando. It was really his comeback. He had been touring for years.
You think he'd been touring for years?
I know he's been touring for years.
So he'd been touring for years. But I mean, this was a big show for him. And he said it was one of the best shows he'd had in a long time.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
Yeah. So then he died in his sleep. So he had a great performance.
Yeah.
And then he died in his sleep. So we'll find out if he got the jab recently or if he got the
It does. I mean, look at what Betty White was doing.
Betty White had she had a seizure, a stroke. She had a stroke, and then 2 days later she died of a brain aneurysm.
I'll bet you it's a blood clot too.
Like an aneurysm, blood clot, whatever. She died of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna move
Which
the
is
table
the problem
over.
with the VAXX.
Yeah, we're not gonna call it that. We're gonna call it the jab. Anyway,
The
Betty White
JABB.
was like 2 days from being 100 years old. I mean, that bitch was gonna die regardless.
yeah, I lost the Deadpool. I didn't have her.
No, I was noticing the irony of her going on social media telling everybody get your vaccine, get it all done, get your jabarina, and then you know what? 4 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
like she was almost 100 years old.
Oh, I'm with you totally.
Like
I hear what you're saying, but if you're saying that it had nothing to do with what happened 3 days earlier, I think that'd be a horrible oversight. But you know, that is the Pfizer line. If you hadn't vaxxed for 2 weeks, then it doesn't count.
Yeah. You gotta go get more. You know,
yeah, you got to get it redone
There was
because it didn't count.
there was this guy in Jamestown, and he said, if you're not feeling queasy yet, you need to go get another cup of Kool-Aid. Make you feel better.
that's Jonestown.
Jonestown. Oh, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Jonestown. Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever. So Jay, good to have you on the show. We're gonna be talking about some things. Did you even look at Andrew Pauly just sent me a message asking me how I'm doing.
Holy smokes.
That's weird.
That's kind of neat though. How's he doing? I wonder.
I don't know. I just got the message and I'm in the middle of a show, so I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to say hi. Anyway, so we're going to do the science denier of the week. Okay? Have you researched any of this? I put the links. Oh yeah, I never sent you the show notes because you never gave me the proper email address.
No, and I think I told you I am currently in transition right now.
Yeah,
so.
they had an icing issue.
Yeah, we got an ice issue in the homestead.
You know, it's weird because there was ice in the trailer park and it had nothing to do with meth. Get it? Ice in the trailer park had nothing
Who
to do with
said it
meth.
had nothing to do with meth?
Oh, well, okay. So today we're going to be talking about Hans Thalfer as the science denier of the week. Hans Talhofer or Talfer? Talhofer? Are you familiar with Hans? Are you familiar with Hans, Jay?
Not that Hans.
I am not.
Okay. Hans Thalfer was a fencing...
Wait. Was he the bodybuilder?
No.
Here to pump you up.
No, not Hans and Franz. No.
No.
Not associated with
different
the
Hans.
Yeah, different Hans. Not associated with the Hans and Franz. But Hans Thalfer, Talhofer, he was born in like 1420, some junk like that. And he died in like 14 something. Okay, so 1400. The 1400s, okay?
Okay.
He was a fencing, martial arts, and combat instructor. He started his career in 1440. He was way ahead of his time.
So he started Krav Maga. All right.
Oh, he started something that was like crazy. You're gonna love this crap. He wrote a manual in 1443, and in that manual was depicted, training instructions. Okay, so his manuscript had training instructions for a thing called trial by combat. Trial by combat. Okay, and we have a picture of the trial by combat that we're gonna show on the thing over here. So we do trial by combat. Oh, boom. Trial by combat. Now this says 1409, but that's not when this came about, because he helped develop the training purposes for trial by combat. Trial by combat basically was a battle or a judicial duel where two people who had a disagreement with each other, if they didn't have a witness to or evidence to back up their claim, and the other person didn't have a witness or evidence to back up their claim, they both would fight to the death in a duel, using various weapons.
Whoever won was right.
Whoever won was right. But
Sounds like the Navy and the Marines.
the reason that he was so far ahead of his time, the reason he was a science denier, was because at the time, everybody believed that women were incapable of combat. So men were trained at a young age to fight. Women
Right.
were not trained to fight.
Great. So now you're woke, huh, Jeff? I see.
Well, but then they had the trial by combat where men and women had to, if there was a woman and a man who had a disagreement with each other,
Oh, God.
they would fight to the death. So what they would do is they would take the man and they would bury him up to his waist and give him a sword or a club,
Yeah.
a stick or a club. Then they would give the woman a sack with rocks in it.
I was gonna say,
And
yeah,
she would
give her
wrap the
some
sack.
rock.
She would wrap the sack around her hand. She wasn't allowed to take the rocks out of the sack. She would wrap the sock around her hand, and she would have to get close enough to the guy to hit him with the sack of rocks, before he sliced her or hit her legs or whatever. If he had a sword, he could slice her legs, cut off her arm, different stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Hans Talhofer made a manual where in part of the manual he had an entire section of training women for this trial by combat. Isn't that a trip?
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking though is he should have taught them to throw the rocks, because
Well, yeah.
then they wouldn't have to get close. They could have just pegged them.
But that was against the rules. Throwing rocks was against the rules. So they had
Oh,
these
in
two
a fight to
guys.
the death, you got to have rules.
So
I mean,
here, we're showing a picture right now of what it looked like. So this is what it looked like in 1859.
I bet there was no hair pulling or biting allowed.
So I was mistaken. 1459 was the version where he added the women to the thing. Okay.
Gotcha.
So there was a guy holding. That's not a sword. That's like a mace. It's a club with a fat end that's sharp.
Yeah.
So he can hit her with it and stuff like that. And then
The sword had a fat end. Outstanding.
no, not a sword. It's a mace, like a club.
Oh, my bad.
Like a
His
club.
mace had a fat end.
And then see, she's got the sack or cloth with the rocks tied in it, and
His mace had a fat end and she had a sack. It sounds like a different kind of party.
And look at the dude. He looks like he's like all like messed up, dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
so-
he's gotten hit.
The object of this judicial thing was he was supposed to kill her and drag her into the hole head first, and then he would win. If she won, she would have to kill him and just kill him. That's
Yeah,
it. Just
okay.
kill him. Like she didn't have to drag him out of the hole. She just had to kill him. So he had to kill her and drag her into the hole head first. No, kill her or drag her into the hole head first. And if he got her into the hole head first, then he was supposed to kill her in the hole. Either way, she's supposed to be head first in the hole and dead. And he was supposed to be dead.
Head first in the hole is how I like it.
Yeah, head first in the hole. So I'm actually going to read. I'm going to read the actual thing, what it says. Okay. Trial by combat, the wager of battle, the trial of battle, judicial duel is a method of dramatic law to settle accusations in the absence of a witness or a confession, in which two parties in dispute fought in a single combat. The winner of the fight was proclaimed to be right. In essence, it was a judicially sanctioned duel. It remained in use throughout Europe throughout the Middle Ages, gradually disappearing in the course of the 16th century. So it went away in the 16th century.
About 100 years.
So
yeah.
have you heard of the movie that's like based on the combat? The Final Duel.
The Final Duel. It's called The Final Duel.
Yeah.
It wasn't called Jiu-Jitsu.
No. No.
That one have, was it a shitty movie with Nicolas Cage in it?
No. Way better. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Really?
Matt Damon.
Wait.
And then
Did they fight to the
Adam
death?
Driver.
Matt Damon.
So Ben Affleck is like the king or whatever, right? Who tells them that they have to have the combat.
So this was actually in a movie.
Yeah, and it's based on a real story.
Of somebody that did this.
Yeah, so some lady said she got raped,
Okay.
and
You have me at raped.
and so the guy she accused was like, "No, I wouldn't rape her. She's too ugly, or whatever, you know." And so the husband of the girl who got raped is mad because, you know, like, only I can rape my wife. So they
It
have
was
a
his
big
wife?
fight. Yeah.
It's not rape. If they're
No,
married.
no.
If
Like,
they're married.
the husband,
Said I can rape my wife. It's not rape though.
right, but some other guy raped her.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But the guy goes, "Oh no, nobody's allowed to rape my wife except for me."
What?
Well, it's not rape if you're married.
Well,
Even
yeah.
back then. Even
back
more so
then,
back
yeah.
then.
No, yeah, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, now it would be considered rape. Back then, it's like you do your womanly duty.
Yeah, don't get me started on that whole thing. I personally know somebody who divorced someone and then went around telling everyone that every time he wanted to have sex with her, it was rape. And I said, you need to shut that shit up. You're basically regret doesn't equal rape. At the time, you did your duty as your wife.
Right.
And then after you got divorced and you're telling everybody it's rape,
Yeah.
whatever, man.
That's why you're supposed to chop the penis off
And eat it.
right after.
Or put it in the blender. Or a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Feed it
not,
to the dog.
Not throw it out in a.
Yeah, but why would you in the first place if you entered into the relationship willingly? You know what I'm saying? If you entered into a relationship willingly,
yeah, but,
and then your husband goes, "Hey, you know what? I'd really like to have sex." Okay, let's do it, and they have sex.
Yeah,
and then 2 years later, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it at the time.
Okay, not that.
Oh, that's rape.
If she's like, I have a headache, and then
she's like, damn your headache.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do stupid faces, but I always have a stupid face, so I can't make any more stupid faces than I already have. I'm trying though. What the hell is that? Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. I started today with a no carbonation.
Yeah. No carbonation.
No carbonation, and
it's supposed to be no carbs.
Yeah, no carb. No, but I ruined it because I saw this soda and I'm like, oh, it's strawberry. A strawberry soda pop. I'm like, yeah, that's great. So I get it and I take a big swig thinking strawberry. Guess what it was? Strawberry tonic water.
Ew.
I know, right? I was like, oh, I'm drinking vomit. That was so gross.
Like, let's flavor up this piss.
Exactly. Tonic water. Oh my gosh. That's why they add it to alcohol.
You mean they add alcohol to tonic water?
No, they add tonic. Yeah.
They add alcohol to the alcohol
water to make that
tonic taste better. Yeah.
Okay, so that was oh, you know what I didn't even do? Oh, Joe, you're such an asshole.
What?
I didn't even do the science denier of the week. Look, now it's on there.
Oh.
Okay, now we're done with
Now it looks like I'm the science denier.
Yeah, you're the science denier. All right, so the next segment we're going to do, and this is the last segment we're going to do with Jay, and then we're going to have to let him go. But here we go. Jay, you ready for it?
I'm ready.
This segment's called Conjecture of Fact. And during the segment, we're going to talk about Con Plan 8888. Have you ever heard of Con Plan 8888? Jay?
No.
You are in for a treat. You're in for a big treat.
Well, tell him what it's AKA.
What do you mean?
AKA.
I'm about to tell him.
Well, he might know
Con
it
Plan
as the
888
AKA.
is also known as the Counter-Zombie Dominance. Counter-Zombie Dominance. It's a U.S. Department of Defense Strategic Command CONOP. So in the document, they had a document that they put out. You know, they do like war games.
Mm-hmm.
And in the document, and I sent you a link to the different documents. So I'm just going to paraphrase as much as I can, okay? So basically what it was is they wanted to do war games, scenarios, different scenarios and stuff, okay? So they had these different scenarios that they would run through. And one of the scenarios for students was a zombie apocalypse response. And they thought it was jokey and fun and stuff like that. But the reason they kept doing it was because they wanted to evaluate how people would plan for the public's response to a zombie outbreak. Not just the zombies, but the public's response to the zombie outbreak. What do you do with people who are not infected during a zombie outbreak? Do you quarantine them to protect them? Do you put them somewhere?
You turn off the television. That's what you do.
you tell them don't watch CNN anymore?
Problem solved, man.
Oh, there you go.
Done. World saved.
So the Counter Zombie Dominance is a U.S. Department of Defense Strategic Command document that describes a plan for defending against zombies. The April 3rd, 2011 document depicts a fictional scenario of zombie attacks for training students in military planning. So the students would then go and they would take a scenario and they would run through the scenario, what they would do with the zombies, what they would do with the general public, what they would do with people they thought might be infected. So it was an actual document that the U.S. government put together, and you can download it. You can actually go download it.
So the training wasn't just like, let's stop these zombies. It was, what do we do with the non-zombie?
Right.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but in the SOP, the Standard Operating Procedures, the Department of Defense addresses aliens and zombies as if they are real. So they don't run drills unless they're expecting something. They don't put it in the book unless it's a possibility. You know what I mean?
Well, anything's a possibility. I mean, they have to, like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the SOP book, that black book that sits on the desk where if anything happens, it's in that book.
You know what?
It tells you what to do. That way there are no mistakes.
They need to add.
Well, yeah.
They need to add a scenario for the rapture, because
they probably have that.
There's a rapture. Oh, the rapture.
Yeah, but
happened.
Satanists don't believe that's real. So
No, actually, a lot of Satanists do believe it's real.
Yeah, Satanists
believe it's real.
Atheists.
Atheists.
Yeah,
don't.
atheist is different.
And agnostics are
Right.
waiting for it to happen to go, oh, wow, they are
I
real.
misspoke.
Whatever.
Well,
Man.
I'll say
So-
this, man. I don't know if you remember, but a few years back, there was a car accident that almost killed everybody in the car. And the guy had an emblem on the side of his car. It was called the Zombie Outbreak Response Team.
I've seen this car recently,
And-
actually,
Well, that car was trashed, so
Well, I mean,
you
I've
didn't
seen
see
it-
that
I've
one.
seen a vehicle
but
with the
but
license plate and the stickers all over it.
yeah, and I looked it up. It's an actual group of people, and this
Yeah.
was, like I said, like 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't know what it's become, but we looked it up, and it was an actual group of like 50 or 60 people in the Kansas City area
You know what's funny is
that were making plans.
those people aren't on some kind of government watch list. But if you're trading seeds online on a forum, you're on some government watch
But-
list just for trading seeds. You're not supposed to trade seeds. You're only supposed to get them from specific places. Did you know that?
Well, because you can't screw up the
Genetically
ecosystem.
altered shit that people already genetically
The
altered?
ecosystem.
No. Ecosystem. You could buy any seed you want out of a catalog. Any seed you want out of a catalog. Do whatever the fuck you want out of these seeds in this catalog. But if you get an heirloom tomato plant, like an old heirloom tomato seed from an old heirloom tomato plant,
Yeah.
you go on a government watch list.
What's an heirloom tomato?
An heirloom tomato is a non-genetically altered tomato that can reproduce and give seed with the original genetic code
Right.
of the plant.
Okay.
So that you can have the original tomato,
Yeah.
and it's not altered in any way.
Okay.
What they're trying to sell people are all these seeds that are genetically altered, like corn. All the corn you eat is genetically altered corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 98% of it. Yeah, at least in the United States, it's crazy.
All the watermelon that you and your people eat.
Why does it got to be my people?
I was talking,
Why does it
to, I was
gotta be
talking to
my-
Joe. I pointed to him.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean?
well,
Just because I like watermelon? What the fuck that mean?
Watermelon used to be had a lot of seeds in it, and the inside of the watermelon was white. not red.
Yeah.
And they genetically altered it to make it sweeter and to have less seeds in it, and make the rind smaller, like thinner.
But everything, pretty much every plant is different from when it was, and it's not because of humans. It's because of evolution, for one.
Well,
but a lot of it does have to do with humans.
Evolution.
For one,
Whatever.
the banana.
Whatever.
You know the banana that
is genetically altered.
Yes, and so the original banana that was created isn't even close to what a banana is today.
Right.
Well, my understanding is they dip bananas in some kind of chemical for them to turn yellow. They don't normally turn yellow like that.
Right.
But when you get to bananas and things of that nature, bananas, apples, pears, things of that nature, things of that unnature, those were all genetically altered to make them more appealing and to taste better and to be resilient to weather and insects and things, and to make people want them more. So they're not what they were back in the day. I've got some family members that actually have some old school stuff, like old corn, because the Native American corn is completely different than the corn that you get at the store.
That different colored corn.
Well, it's not just the different colored corn. It's like you've got some really good corn.
Yeah.
That is old school corn, dude. Man, that stuff is good, real good. Eat that stuff right off. Just pick it, get it right. Boom.
But again, a lot of these plants change so they can survive off of humans.
No.
Weed, for example, marijuana has
been modified.
Oh God!
Like so
yeah, don't
much,
even get me started.
They were modifying it back in the 50s. Have you never watched Pineapple Express?
No. Okay. So
sorry, I had to.
But I actually watched a documentary about this.
Oh wow! Because it must be true.
Years ago.
Was it true social media?
And it was before.
Then it wasn't real.
It was before The Happening, the movie The Happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which so when I saw The Happening, I'm like, no, this shit can happen.
We got a new system.
And
when we cuss, we ring the bell so you can't hear the cuss word.
So
don't hit it so hard though.
Okay. I'm like, that can happen because plants, like, they can defend themselves, and they do change.
How old are you?
40.
You're 40. Okay. So I'm a little older than you.
Like 10 years, yeah.
10 years older than you. There was a movie back in the day when I was a little kid where it was even a Twilight Zone episode where the plants there was a guy that actually figured out that plants could talk and they could communicate with each other and humans.
Yeah.
So after that show, that's when people were like, they became tree huggers in the 60s. After that. Mm-hmm. Because they're like, oh, plants live and they can feel and they got feelings. And then that guy went and hit the tree and it bled. Blood. Whatever, man.
But no, like
they hit a muskrat inside that tree is what happened.
What are you even talking about, Jeff?
These tree hugger people, they made the movie about how trees can feel and they can communicate. And part of the thing was the people communicating with the trees, and then a guy stabbed the tree or chopped the tree, and the tree bled. And after that is when that whole hippie tree hugger movement took off, because people started believing that plants had feelings.
I believe that plants are more alive than
certainly. They respond to music. They respond to words.
Exactly.
They respond to all kinds of stuff.
They did a study where somebody had one plant and then another 2 plants, right? And gave it the same amount of soil, water, light, whatever. And with one plant would go, oh, you are so good. You're such a nice plant. You are so pretty. And then to the other plant, you freaking motherfucking goddamn motherfucker. I hate you, you fucking plant. You know, stuff like that. And then,
But I gotta tell you, that's false, and here's why. Here's why it's false.
how,
I have 3 dogs,
they did that study.
and one of my dogs, I talk really nice to and call her all kinds of names.
Yeah.
Like, I degrade her hardcore, and she's totally nice all the time. My other dog, in the same tone of voice, I call him, you know, honey and sweetheart and baby boy and stuff like that, and he's a total mean jerk. He's an asshole.
It's still a tone, though.
And so I use the same tone, different words.
Yeah, I know. Well, then your dog that's an asshole
So
is
if you
just an
yell
asshole.
if you yell at a plant, you're so beautiful, you're so sexy, beautiful, awesome, and you're yelling at the plant, the
What?
plant becomes like angry.
Probably. I mean, if you're Russian, then I mean maybe that's why Russians, you know, Russia don't really have a lot of plants.
Explain to me
and
this,
stuff. No,
Batman.
because
It has
Russians
nothing to
are
do with the
always
ice
angry.
everywhere.
Why
It's
is it that
because of
Why
the
is it that
words they use.
Well, they're
That's
angry all the
funny.
time. They're
I
just
know,
like,
that's great.
you set up
I love you, you stupid. Yeah.
you set up 2 greenhouses,
Yeah.
and you play music easy listening in one and death metal in the other one.
Right.
They'll grow the
Mhm.
same.
No, no.
Yes,
they
they'll
won't.
grow the same. In fact,
No,
it would
no,
be the other way around.
they
The death
won't.
metal would probably they would grow more aggressively. Get it? Because it's aggressive music and they'd grow more
Yeah.
aggressively.
Or if you play emo music,
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about cutting it because it cuts
Cuts
itself.
Joe, look, Joe's on
It'll
fire.
just trim itself and be
Joe's
like,
on fire.
oh, I'm so
Hey,
tired.
Hey, so
I want to die. Clip.
10 days ago, somebody got a booster,
Yeah.
from what I understand. Recently, like within the past month, somebody got a booster, and now he's dead.
Okay.
So, who else do we know that's recently gotten a booster? Did you get a booster recently?
No, I didn't.
Okay, are you going to?
Maybe.
Because you just did. We're doing a really good show, and you're really funny right now.
Yeah.
And I'd hate to have you like die in your sleep tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make Joe sign a waiver.
You know what? You know what what I think is that one of the Olsen twins snuck into his hotel and smothered him to death.
Bob in his
No,
sleep.
it
All,
was the Olsen twins.
Olsen.
It was,
all that
it was,
dirty stuff he was doing
John-
on
it was-
set.
it was
just,
John
just what
Stamos.
we know he was doing on set.
No, it was Joey.
Fuck.
Joey.
Yeah,
Joey.
Joey.
John Stamos?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Tom-
it's Dave
Oh,
Coulier?
the comedian,
Coulier.
that's right.
The so-called clean comedian.
Yes.
First off, I've seen him live. He is horribly unfunny.
Yes.
He
I think
just
he's
does
funny.
stupid impressions of cartoon characters. It's like, oh, okay. By the way, little trivia fact: Dave Coulier
Coulier.
dated Elisa.
Milano?
No,
Lisa something?
Silverstone?
Silverstone?
no, the singer.
Keys.
No, the Canadian singer. Like, I have one hand in my
Alanis
pocket.
Morissette?
Yes, thank you.
Alanis Morissette.
So they dated, and that song, what's the name of the song where it's about her ex, and like, does she go down on you in the movie theater and stuff like that? That's actually about Dave Coulier.
Really? Because I heard it was about what's his face? Crap, the guy on MTV. Crap. Carson Daly.
Carson Daly? No, because
That's what I
Carson
heard,
Daly
yeah.
wasn't famous when that song came out.
A very long delay from when I comment to when it pops up on my screen. Yeah, I see that.
You know, she also dated Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, I
That's-
heard about that.
Yeah, like, I think that's up her, way
Ryan
above
Reynolds,
her league.
the guy from that what White Hot American Summer.
No, he wasn't in that.
He wasn't. I thought he was.
No, you're thinking of the other attractive guy.
My dick. Dick.
No, Cooper.
No.
Paul
Right.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Paul
okay,
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah, Paul Rudd is a sexy man.
He is the sexiest man alive.
Sexy man.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna end the conjecture fact. That was conjecture fact. Zombie apocalypse. Yeah. So Jay, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you. Okay.
All right then.
Did you enjoy the show so far?
Of course, I always enjoy the show, man.
All right. Be more prepared. Get me an email address and a picture of you so I can put you on the screen.
and not a picture of you with a beer can in front of your face.
No, that's
Well,
a cup.
it wouldn't be a beer can; it'd be a blunt. But I'm guessing that's not allowed either.
Actually, I think that's a jar of like some mixed tea or something.
I don't know. Is it illegal in Missouri now?
What?
Yeah, I'm legal.
Blunts?
Blunt?
Yeah.
Let me be blunt.
I mean, as long as it's like Delta 8, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I went and got my medicinal card
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything, dude. So I can go to the dispensaries and whatever I want, dude. I got this drink, bro. It's like 12 ounces, right? So it's for microdosing. And he was like, yeah, you could have an ounce here and an ounce there. You could do that 2 or 3 times a day. And then, like, 18 hours later, it was gone.
I turned this into the interview like we're
I
interviewing.
drank it all.
I popped up
Good,
on the
though.
screen that this is the
Man.
interview like we're interviewing you.
Don't get me started on like the gummies.
Oh God, some of those things, especially if you're not paying attention or if your buddy thinks it's a 10, but it's really a 20.
Dude, the first time I had a gummy, like I just had like a full gummy, and this is from like years of not smoking.
I told you about
Right.
the trip to
Ugh.
Colorado where Melissa ate the whole tube. She's like, this doesn't do anything.
She ate the whole tube,
She-
and then she had some gummies.
She ate a tube of gummies. She's like, or she ate the first gummy. She's like, I don't feel anything. She ate another one. I don't feel anything. So she ate the whole
it takes
thing.
like
And then all of a sudden we're driving and she goes, I don't feel it. And she tripped balls all the way through Nebraska. Oh my gosh, it was great.
That's awesome.
Just don't let your kids accidentally take the gummies to school. Because
Oh,
apparently little kids overdose on that and get sent to the hospital.
No, did you hear about the teacher in South Carolina who got arrested because
Yeah.
like yeah, she was giving out candy for a prize, and
Yeah.
like the student kept on picking out gummies, like
Gummies.
and she's like, "Oh, not that one, Timmy," and then he tried it again and was, "Oh, not that one, Timmy," and then so he told his parents. I don't know.
So she had gummies at school.
Yeah, and they were what were they, sour
Yeah. It's kinda sour
high
gummies.
kids or something
Yeah.
like
Sour
that?
Patch Kids?
Yeah,
Sour
but
High
they were
Kids?
like sour high kids,
Whatever. All right,
sour pot kids, something
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
hanging up on you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Boom. Wow, that was pretty cool. You like the way I got that set up?
Yeah.
He was really loud, and we're not as loud. See if I turn this up. See?
I thought we were the same.
You thought we were saying? Okay. So we're gonna do where is it? This week in comedy history. This week in comedy history is Rip Taylor. Rip Taylor. Let's get over here to I don't even have it. Yeah, I do. No, I don't even have it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Joe? Why didn't you pull up Rip Taylor? What's wrong with you? Hey man.
Oh, COVID.
Calm your ass down. Boom. Rip Taylor. Boom. So Rip Taylor. He was born Charles Elmer Taylor Jr. January 13th, 1931, and he died October 6th, 2019. He was an American actor and a comedian known for his exuberant and flamboyant personality, including his wild mustache and his toupee, and his habit of showering himself and everyone around him with confetti. Yeah? That guy?
Yeah.
Remember that guy? Have you ever heard him before?
Yeah, yeah.
He's way old. That's like before he died right there.
Wasn't he like a ladies' man?
He was a lady man, all right. I don't know if he was a ladies' man. You might not know that Taylor's career in show business began when he would join the Army, where he started performing stand-up comedy in clubs and restaurants abroad while performing for fellow troops. He served in the Korean War. He was in the U.S. Army Signal Corps. Although assigned to the Corps, he was sent to Special Services, the entertainment wing of the military, where he performed for troops in Tokyo and in Japan. So, Tokyo and Japan.
What?
Mine.
Do you realize what you just said?
Tokyo
And Japan?
No, Tokyo and Korea. Tokyo and Korea. Well, if Korea is this country, though, shouldn't it be like Japan and Korea?
Yeah, but everybody knows
Tokyo.
But if you say like Seoul, like
my woman.
not
from
everybody
Tokyo.
knows where Seoul is.
My woman from Tokyo. You know then what I'm talking about?
Is it that Steel Panther?
I have no idea what that is. I just heard it on the radio.
Oh no.
So this is him with Doris Roberts, 2010. Remember that chick?
Yeah, everyone loves Raymond.
Yeah, everyone loves Raymond. So they don't have very much information about that guy on here. Okay, there you go. 6 decades, bro.
Huh.
Television and nightclub mainstay for 6 decades. For 60 years, this dude was in stuff.
So he had shows where he was just throwing confetti. And people laughed.
No, he would walk into like the Tonight Show or whatever, and he'd pull out of his pocket confetti, and he would throw confetti.
That's the only thing I know him from.
Oh, okay.
Him throwing confetti.
Confetti, yeah.
And he's done cameos in movies where he's just throwing confetti.
I'm totally going to cover you with my confetti. Skeet, 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 skeet. Skeet kabidi, kankidi, kabidi. All right, so let's see. Are you going to be doing gossip time? Because I didn't add it on here.
Oh.
I added it on here. I just didn't add it on there. Where are we at? Which one is that? Gossip time. Did you want to do gossip time?
Sure.
Are you have?
Well, let's go and talk about Bob Saget, and then
we already talked about.
We already talked about Bob Saget.
Yeah, if you have
2 seconds.
If you'd like to send us fan mail, make sure you send fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. We're gonna do it periodically.
Oh, okay.
And if you hate Joe, and you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail.
Feminists don't hate me.
Care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri.
Feminists would hate you, not me.
Why would a feminist hate me? I'm the one that converts them.
Into feminists?
No, from feminists to non-feminists.
Sure.
I'm just saying, you don't know how many ex-lesbians these fingers have serviced. Yeah. Hey, did you ever watch that show? Damn, dude. Did you ever watch that show? What's that show that lady did that all the time? Not Saturday Night Live. I know you wanted to say that, but the lady did that all the time. Oh my gosh.
From the movies?
3%.
Superstar?
3%.
Oh.
3%.
So the Brazilian chick?
Yeah, the Brazilian chick.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show?
I started it.
So later on, there's this captain, whatever. She's a commander of something. She's a cop, whatever, military chick. And she's always talking to people like this with her fingers up like that. And it looks like she's sniffing her fingers because she's always like this.
Yeah.
And she has a ring on one of the fingers here. And she's like talking like that. And everybody else has it on this hand.
Right.
They have it on their ring finger or whatever. And she's always talking like that.
Like she's sniffing her fingers?
Yes.
Is she a lesbian? Maybe that's why.
Okay. Yeah. She looks like it. Have you seen the show? Have you gotten to the part where there's the woman with the Adam's apple and the longer finger?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? There's a woman in there, and she has a third finger.
So she's a trans woman.
Yeah. Formerly of the male persuasion.
Yeah. They don't like to be called formally, though.
They're just there.
They're a woman now, which is, I don't know. I think that it's fine if you're not famous, but for famous people who are, you know, like now it's I'm going to butcher their names, but
Well, you
the-
butchered the word butcher.
the Wachowski brothers.
Yeah, sisters.
Yeah, now they're sisters.
So the Wachowskis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not men now. They're just fat, ugly women.
Yeah, that's why when they started making new Matrix movies, it was basically the Matrix. The
Huh?
reboot is just basically not the reboot or the number 4.
Yeah,
Number 4 is the almost identical
It's-
story to number 1. It's like,
it's
hey,
because it's
how
a
can
soft reboot.
how can we reuse all the storyline from the first
It's
movie?
a soft
Let's just
reboot.
do it.
It's a soft reboot.
Nobody will notice.
They call it a soft reboot.
You ever notice that about hands, though? About this finger?
I mean, what about it?
That on genetically male individuals, this finger is taller than this finger. And with genetic... You're a female. I knew it. Joe's a woman.
I'm a guy now. Might have a vagina occasionally.
So how do you have kids? I'll come visit my kids later. Whatever. That's why you have a bukkake party. That's why you have those. Who did daddy? Stand in line. Get it? That's a train joke.
Oh, train ship.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Outpost or did you want to do the gossip thing or not?
Well, can I talk about the birds aren't real?
No, that's later.
Okay, then we'll just see that later. See that we only have an hour, so we'll do
Yeah,
that.
we're on it. We're on it.
Survival.
Okay, we're gonna do the Outpost Survival tip of the week. Is it your wife saying, "How did he know?"
What's that mean?
Outpost Survival tip of the week. Okay, this week's Outpost Survival tip of the week. No, we can't do that one. Yeah, we have to do this one first. The Outpost Survival tip of the week. Ugh. So Joe.
Yeah.
There are various things you can do to prepare for an emergency. And one of the things you can do to prepare for an emergency is to get you some emergency food. So this is some emergency food. These are dehydrated whole eggs.
Okay.
Have you ever had dehydrated eggs? I bet you have and you didn't even know it.
I was just gonna say I might have.
You
But
might have and you didn't even know it. Dehydrated eggs, I was first introduced to dehydrated eggs when I was homeless as a child. We would get the dehydrated eggs in our commodities box.
Okay.
So this is actually really
so
good.
like from the government.
Yeah, government. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like government cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this stuff actually lasts, like in a can like this, can last like 10, 20 years, something like that. I'm trying to get my glasses so I can see the expiration date on it. But you can get something like this, and this is eggs that you mix with water, and they become eggs. again.
Okay. So what? So what does it look like now? You're gonna open it, right?
No, I'm not going to open it. Hell
Oh.
no. Okay, so let's
So
see.
what do?
Expiration date.
So is it just
It was-
powder?
So this thing is supposed to last 20 years.
Damn.
So this thing can last 20 years. All right. This one was packaged in 2020, October 2020.
Okay.
So this will last till 2030. Okay. So here's
Wait,
what
you
you
said
do.
what? 2040, you mean?
2020. Did I say 20 years or 10 years?
You
Yeah, 20,
said 20.
2040. 2040.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I would do it within 5 or 10 years. I wouldn't wait that long.
Yeah, but
What-
what if
what
the rapture doesn't happen in 5
Well,
or 10
what
years?
we
It
like to
happens
do-
in 20 years.
What we like to do is we like to cycle through our food stuffs.
Yeah.
Just in case. So, here's how you use it. Okay, so here's exactly what's in this. You ready?
Yeah.
Dried pasteurized whole eggs. So they're pasteurized.
Okay.
Allergens include, just guess what allergens are in this package.
Eggs.
Eggs.
So, is that all?
That's it, just eggs. That's all this is eggs. Directions: combine 2 tablespoons of whole egg, this stuff,
Okay.
to 3 tablespoons of warm water. Mix well until smooth. Cook as desired.
So can he cook like a sunny side up egg with it?
No, because
No.
there's no yolk. But
Okay.
Combine 2 tablespoons of this stuff and 3 tablespoons of warm water, and that's the equivalent of 1 whole egg. So, the Outpost Survival tip of the week is dehydrated eggs. Get you some dehydrated eggs. I can't remember how much this is, but there are many different companies that make dehydrated eggs.
Would he be able to find that at, say, Walmart or anything?
We actually ordered some from Walmart.com.
Okay.
Bass Pro. You can order them online. You can order them on eBay. You can order them all over the place. I think there's some Patriot Supply thing that has some on there. This one is American Family Supply. I don't know if that's actually the website that we go to get it. Packed by Grandma's Country Foods in Utah.
Oh,
Utah.
of
Mhm.
course.
Yeah. So this is whole eggs. So the Outpost Survival tip of the week is get you some whole eggs. We're gonna do the Ghetto Chef here in a little bit, where we'll go over different recipes for the whole eggs. But right now, we'll just suffice to say the Outpost Survival tip of the week is whole eggs. Do you have any other questions other than recipes about the eggs?
No, but it does remind me when I was in Wyoming.
Wyoming.
I went to the Walmart and they have like a whole aisle of just dehydrated stuff, like
Yeah.
survival
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is funny
weird.
because they call it survival stuff, and I wouldn't really call it survival stuff. Actually,
What would you call it?
it's just being prepared. I mean, this is
Yeah,
stuff.
preppers.
When I was younger, you had dehydrated everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything: cheese, butter, milk, eggs. Everything was dehydrated, and they gave it to you in these little packets that are, that was like one of whatever it was, and you would make a meal out of those things. So we'll go over that later. But if you've been to restaurants with a big M on the top or a BK on them, or they have breakfast sandwiches of some type or breakfast burritos of some type, most likely you've had dehydrated eggs, because a lot of those companies, what they'll do is they'll buy dehydrated eggs.
Yeah.
They'll mix the egg mix, then they'll make the food with the dehydrated egg mix, so they're not using real eggs. There are some sit-down American style sit-down restaurants that are kind of budget or inexpensive. There are 2 of them. One is a house that has a bunch of waffles and things in them, and the other one is some guy named Denny made this other restaurant. So there's 2 restaurants with the weird names. Also, if you order breakfast items there, as long as it's not sunny side up,
Right, or over easy or
right?
stuff.
If you
But
order scrambled or whatever, those other things, then you would get dehydrated. If you were in school, a lot of schools that made breakfast or other things, they would have dehydrated eggs. In the military, dehydrated eggs.
Now, what about the places that have, like, one of the restaurants I worked at, we would have big bags of liquid egg.
Well, some of those are real. Those sometimes are real eggs. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're dehydrated, and they call it
mixed
reconstituted eggs. A reconstituted egg is a dehydrated egg that they've actually reconstituted by putting water back into it.
Okay.
So if you read the package, if it says reconstituted, that's how it was. That's how it is. But if it's fresh, if they call it fresh eggs, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. So there you go. I'm gonna put that back there, so if people wanna, they can see it. Boom. So that was the Outpost Survival tip of the week. Tip of the week. Boom. By the way, I'm going to be changing this in lower third to make it like smaller and scroll. I made it that big though because why do you think I made it that big?
So you can, I don't know.
Most of the people who are enjoying this are enjoying it on a cell phone.
Oh, okay.
So their screen is small, so you can read that.
All right.
Does that make better sense?
The eggs are $44.
$40.75. $46.
$42.75.
That one up there said 46, and that other one said 40.75. Okay, so they were $46, but that was $4 higher. No, $6 higher because of supply and demand. Because the demand for them went up.
Oh, so they're usually $40.75.
Yeah.
But they were $46
Yeah.
because of higher demand.
Yeah.
And there's a higher demand because people are freaking out that the rapture's going to happen.
$44. You were right.
Okay.
See, I can see it better on that screen. What?
No, I'm just trying to read. Like, I actually have a new prescription.
I'm going
glasses.
I'm going Thursday to get new glasses because I keep losing them.
Yeah.
So these are my old ones.
Dude.
Why don't people wear their glasses if they need them? Is that what you're going to ask?
No, there's a website
Zenni
that you can go to. Yeah. Why did you do that?
I always go to Zenni.
You said you're going to go get glasses.
No, I've got to get the prescription rechecked.
Yeah.
I got to get the prescription rechecked, and then after I'm done getting the prescription rechecked, then I can order my new glasses.
Dude, I ordered 3 new glasses for the same price as one pair of glasses would have been at.
Was it you that I told about Zenni, or did I tell Jay? Probably Jay.
I found out from my brother.
Yeah. We've been using Zenni for like years.
Yeah, Zenni's awesome.
Zenni, if you're watching and listening, because I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and there's a couple people who are sponsored by Zenni.
Yeah, and I watch Samsung TV that has like weird channels like 24/7 make Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
And they have Zenni commercials on there too.
Okay.
So they don't really have a lot of money to advertise on real TV, I guess, but
that's a lot. That is a lot of what's his name? The black guy.
No.
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, you're thinking of Let's Make a Deal.
Oh.
Deal or No Deal.
No whammy. Big bucks. No whammy?
No. Howie Mandel.
Let's Make a Deal.
Yes.
Oh, they had a
they had a home game. 30 models, and one of them eventually it became the princess.
The suitcase.
Yes.
I've got that game at home.
You do?
I got a home version of it with a little suitcase.
Yeah.
Let's Make a Deal. Howie Mandel. Okay. See, I knew it was a black guy. All right, so the next segment we got going on is Joe pontificates. Joe pontificates.
Yeah.
Joe is gonna
whatever that word means.
Pontificate. Pontificate is like when somebody gives a religious or authoritative speech.
Oh. Okay.
So you're gonna give religious or authoritative speech.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay.
Your turn.
So
Look, Joe pontificates. I put it up there and everything.
thank you.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Yeah.
Cinnamon dinner.
So have you heard of the group Birds Aren't Real?
No, wait a minute. You're doing Joe pontificates for
Yeah.
Birds Aren't Real?
Yes. I want to tell you about Birds Aren't Real.
But
That's what I put down.
okay, I was
You
wondering.
thought they were two different things?
No, we were gonna do
What?
music appreciation, but I cut that off because
I cut that off.
you cut that off because instead of music appreciation, now you're calling it. Now Joe pontificates.
No, you had Joe Pun.
You're talking.
word.
You're talking about gossip time.
No, like I got rid of one to do gossip time, and you had
So
Joe
there's Generation Y,
pontificates.
and then there's gossip time.
Yes.
But you
and then
put
you already had Joe pontificates.
right. So I'm saying you put your stuff under Joe pontificates.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Whatever, man.
What do you mean, whatever?
Wait a minute. So we didn't. Oh yeah. Okay, we got it. Joe pontificates about birds. It's not music appreciation, even though it's a band.
What? No.
You said it's a band.
No, I didn't.
You said, "Have you heard the band Birds
Did I say
Aren't Real?"
band?
You said band.
No, group.
Group. Is
Not-
it a music?
It's not a music group. It's like a group of people.
Do
it's
they
a
do
group.
music?
No.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me about
So
it.
birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
It's like flat earthers. You know flat earthers, right? I don't have to explain flat earthers. So
yeah, Democrats.
So it's birds aren't real. It's a group of people who believe that the
Birds.
birds that are, alive now aren't really birds. That they are robots built by the government.
To spy on you.
Yes.
I gotta pause you right there.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was squirrels weren't real.
Really?
And I rode a bus with a guy who said squirrels aren't real.
Right.
And I was like, well, what are squirrels? And he said, I can't tell you here because all these pictures on the bus have cameras in their eyes. Cameras in their eyes, cameras in their eyes. And he kept slapping himself in the head. So we got off the bus, right? And he was telling me about the squirrels have cameras in their eyes and they're watching you with their eyes. And that's why they twitch the way they do. And the reason their tail twitches like that is because
Satellite.
it's trying to get a signal.
Yeah. And just like birds, like real animals like deer, if you're driving a deer will be like, what the hell, what's going on? But
A bird.
bird and squirrels are the two of the only animals who will like fly or run off as soon as they see you, because they don't want to be known.
You don't live in the
That
country.
makes sense.
You don't live in the country, do you?
No.
Where I live, birds will swoop down and attack your car while you're driving 60 miles per hour on the highway. You'll be driving 60 miles per hour. A bird will swoop down to attack the front end of your car
Yeah.
and splatter, and you'd have to clean the meat of the bird out of your vehicle. Birds swoop down and attack cars where I live.
Okay.
Also, squirrels run out in the street, and then they look, and then they run back the other way. Like they get all the way across the street, realize there's a car coming, and turn around, go back the other way, and get hit by a car. 'Cause they're stupid. Okay, you finish your story.
Okay, so
Birds.
birds aren't real.
Okay,
So yeah, it's
let's have an open mind.
yes. So anyways, they're trying to spread the word that birds aren't real. They have this guy who claims he's an ex-CIA agent
Okay.
who knows all the secrets and he released the information
Okay.
about them making fake birds. And, like, so they killed off the birds on purpose to make fake birds to spy on us.
I can tell you right now that there are insects that are drones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. So that's possible they could have made some of the drones look like birds.
Are you talking about, like, really small insects?
They have like flies,
Yeah.
actual flies that they attach listening devices and stuff onto. And they
Oh.
also take nano technology and they make small little drones that have cameras and microphones, and they fly them around. And
Yeah.
they've also got some that are as big as dragonflies.
Huh.
They can fly around like a dragonfly.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That's real though, man. That's not fake. Some real shit right there. You're over there. That sounds interesting. Tell me more, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not fake. Yeah.
Okay, so the birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
So, anyways, so the cool thing about this group, though, is it's actually a satire. So, they don't actually believe that birds aren't real.
Yeah.
They're satiring. It's a satire on like flat earthers, and other conspiracy theories, chemtrails.
Okay, wait. Is this a conjecture or fact? Because I'm gonna have to change it to conjecture or fact.
No, it's
You're saying that these people
kind of mocking.
they're a fake group
They're-
mocking real things like chemtrails. Because
So
chemtrails are real.
it's mocking conspiracy theory groups like flat earthers.
Okay, flat earthers, we're right there with you. But when you start saying chemtrails, come on, man, chemtrails are real. So are contrails. It's real. I mean,
What are contra?
contrail is when an aircraft passes through an area that is dense with moisture, and it creates a condensation trail because moisture builds up on the wing or on the fuselage, and as it flies, it leaves a condensation trail behind it.
Yeah.
Condensation trails dissipate after a specific amount of time, but like a certain amount of time, they'll dissipate. A chemtrail, however, won't dissipate after a specific amount of time. Chemtrails take longer to dissipate.
Right.
Than
Because it's made out
contrails.
of chemicals.
Because it's made out of chemicals. And two words that some people say they're the same thing, but maybe they are, maybe they're not. Agent Orange.
Yeah.
And DDT. Chemtrails. You heard about this DDT thing, right? I mean, from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
They were spraying trees.
Jake the Snake Roberts actually has a move that he named
DDT.
DDT after DDT.
But they were spraying residential areas, and then children got sick.
Yeah.
And developed cancer and other sicknesses and stuff. And Agent Orange, they were doing the same thing over in Vietnam and Korea. And there are soldiers who developed, and civilians over there, but soldiers who developed illnesses.
Like cancer and
yeah,
whatnot.
and they said it didn't exist. And they were conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
And now we know it's true. So those people who make a fake organization to try to debunk things, it's almost like that Ray Epps guy who pretended to be a person who wanted to go into the Capitol and told everybody that's where we're going. He never got arrested, but everybody else did. So he was basically a person who was inciting the stuff that was going on. Why isn't he arrested?
Did he go in? Are you
No.
talking about a guy who like videotaped himself?
No, other people were videotaping the guy saying, "We need to go into the Capitol. we need to go there and go in. Tomorrow we're going to go in and go in. Today, later on today, when we go there, we're going to go in. Go in.
Yeah.
I might get arrested for saying this. We got to go in.
And
And then everybody around him was like, fed, 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 fed.
but they still listen to him.
No, those people were like, no. But there were other people who were like standing there, and the guy whispered in the guy's ear and he said, hey, break down the barrier and I'll run into the building. We got to go inside. I'll lead the charge. Break down the barrier and I'll run in.
Yeah.
Kid broke down the barrier and that other guy walked away. He incited the shit that was going down. Never got arrested.
Because he never went in.
No. But they were arresting people who were there who were inciting other people. But they never arrested him for inciting other people. He was on video inciting other people. If they're trying to get the president for incitement, even though he didn't,
yeah.
This guy clearly was. He was on video doing that. So why isn't he being arrested?
Okay, but still,
what I'm correlating it with is
have these like
these people are conspiracy theorists who are basically baiting people, because there might be people who are joining their group thinking it's real.
Yeah,
and they're
I think
baiting
there is.
people.
Yeah,
and they're basically not only baiting people, but they're making it like entrapment. They're entrapping people, like the group of guys that were going to kidnap that chick. And there were 15 people, and 12 of those 15 people were informants working for the government or agents working for the government. Only 3 of them were not. And the 3 guys that were not were the ones that got arrested, even though they were just there. The other people were planning. Are you talking about
the Michigan
lady?
lady?
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll never hear it on CNN.
I know about the few people who got arrested, but
few people got arrested. The rest of them were all informants, and the ones that were informants and or agents or working for the government were the ones that came up with the plan.
Yeah, but that happens all the time.
Okay.
That happens all the time. Like if a
cop comes over to me with some cocaine and says, "Hey, could you take this cocaine over there and sell it to that guy across the street?" That's entrapment.
No, but if a cop comes up to you, and I swear this has happened to me at least once that I remember, but a cop, undercover cop, can come up to you and be like, "Hey, dude, do you have any, do you know where I can get some cocaine?
Yeah.
Can I get some cocaine?" And then if, they keep on pressuring you, and you're like, "Okay, yeah, like, I'll get you a guy," and then you can get arrested.
No, but that's not the same thing. If a cop comes up to you and says, "I've got some cocaine. I'd like you to sell it for me, or I'd like you to give it to that guy so he can sell it. And I've got the cocaine. Here it is. Here's the cocaine, and here's the plan. The plan is I give you the cocaine. You go there, give it to that guy, and then he sells it. Okay? If at any point in time you go, okay. Or if a cop comes to you and says, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go over there and give that guy cocaine so he can sell it. Isn't that a great plan?" And you go, "Yeah, that's a great plan." Then you get arrested for
a
conspiracy, even though you didn't make up the plan. That's the point.
Okay, yeah, but who's saying that the informants started the plan? The informants?
No, everybody knows the informants started the thing. That was the whole point. There were people who were sent to these events who were specifically put there to create problems.
Yeah.
Or to encourage people to create problems. There are people who went into this thing, that we're talking about that we can't really talk too much about because we'll get banned.
The one that had an anniversary a while ago?
Yeah. At that one, there were people who were Antifa members, people who were not Republicans, not Trump supporters, who went in, who started fights, who, broke things, who were doing things. And then there were the other people who, they get there, there's no barrier, there's no sign saying no trespassing, and the cops that are there are like, "Oh, come on in, come on in, come on in."
Well, that's right, the cops were fired.
Come on in. So you're telling me if you're in wherever this place was, and you're taking a, let's say you're going there because you're a tourist,
Yeah.
and you get there, and you don't see any no trespassing signs, you don't see any barriers, you don't see any trouble, you don't see anything going on, and you got a cop saying, "Come on in."
You're saying there was no trouble.
No, I'm saying at one of the
Like there was clearly trouble.
one
I've
of the
seen
entrances,
videos
one of the entrances, you had shit going down.
Yeah.
One of the entrances. But there was also one of the entrances where there was nothing happening. No barriers.
Yeah, but once you go
No
in, you
signs.
see people pissing all over the place.
No, because the
Like-
place is big. So let's say you go into the building.
Yeah.
You're someone invited you in. So someone invites you and you get in the building. You don't see any of the vandalism, none of the fighting, none of the violence, none of the pissing on stuff, none of that stuff. Come to find out later on that the people who were doing all that stuff were people who were not Trump supporters. They're Antifa members. They're people who were there to cause problems. That's why they were there. Okay?
Yeah.
But the people who are going to prison aren't the people who are doing the pissing and breaking stuff. The people who are going to prison, they had one guy from Antifa go to jail. Or he's going to jail. One. The rest of them is like a grandma and a grandpa who just were invited in because the cop said, come on in. They go in there, they look around, they turn around and leave. So they're going to prison for that. They're going to go to prison for that.
Okay. Show me that, like, that story where...
If I show you
'Cause
that,
every
that'd
story-
be great. That'd be great if I
every-
show you that. But there's 14,000 hours, or no, 14,000 minutes. 14,000 minutes of footage missing. 14,000 minutes of footage from cell phones, from security cameras, closed caption cameras. There's so much footage that's missing of just ordinary people walking in. And the one lady that was convicted recently, she actually said, I got there. I saw no barriers. I saw no sign telling me I couldn't go in. And somebody invited me in who worked there. So I went in, turned around and came back out. And she's now going to jail.
She went in there and did nothing.
She did nothing. And she's going to prison for it. Is that right? Is that correct?
According to her, she went in and
No,
did
I'm
nothing.
saying even if she substantiated what she's saying in court,
Yeah.
that's what's going down. There are people who are doing bad things who are not going to prison.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
most of the people who got caught on video doing bad things are going on to prison.
Right, but how many of those people who are doing bad things who are going to prison, how many of those were actual Trump supporters?
Most of them.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Yeah. Okay, the lady who got shot.
The lady that got shot who was
she
outside.
at Tifa?
She was outside.
No, she wasn't outside.
She was outside.
She was inside the building.
She was outside.
No, she was
She
inside
got
the
shot through a
building.
window.
In the building.
No, she was outside.
No, it was inside.
She was
I'll
outside.
show you a video.
She was
It
on
inside.
steps.
It was
They were on
inside.
steps.
It was inside, and she was trying to go into a different area that they had bordered up to protect, like, the senators and stuff.
Who weren't even there.
Yeah, they were.
Oh my gosh.
No,
They
were having
evacuated
what are you talking about?
they evacuated the building.
Yeah, after everybody was going in there.
No, I'm saying that when they knew something was going down, they evacuated people. So at the time this shit was going down, there weren't members of Congress there. They were not there.
No, they.
And they had even people like AOC who was like, I was hiding under a table at a desk and I was terrified. She wasn't even in the building. She wasn't even there. She never even went there. And she said she was terrified. She was like across town. So, but nobody fact checks that stuff. You're not gonna, people don't fact check the fact that these people are absolutely 100% telling lies. Oh my gosh. Whatever.
Hold on.
My point is that there were plenty of people who should have been arrested that didn't get arrested, who did more planning and more inciting than other people, and they never went to jail. Show me what you got. Oh yeah, turn that shit down. We don't want to get dinged. We don't want to get dinged.
Look, that's clearly inside the building. See that wall? And-
Who's this guy that's hitting the window?
Oh, what? He's magically Antifa? You
Oh,
think-
no, I'm saying, who was he?
I don't
Okay,
know.
this is a different scene.
And look, they all have Magna hats. No, that's a lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she was in.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got one person that died inside the building who got shot by a cop. But these other people, who are they?
Oh, so
I'm saying, who are they?
what do you mean?
How many of these people who are wearing MAGA hats are actually MAGA people, and how many of those are Antifa? Do you know how many of those are Antifa? How many of those people are Antifa, and how many of those people that are standing right there got arrested? How many of these people in the video got arrested?
I don't know. They probably
That's
all
what I'm
got
saying.
arrested, though.
No, the only ones I've been seeing are the people who are like they're hardcore Republican Trump supporters, and the other people that they're not even showing getting arrested are people who are inciting stuff and doing the damage.
Yeah, but
that guy breaking the window, that guy who was breaking the window, did he get arrested?
maybe, and it just didn't make the news
It doesn't make the
Every-
news. Do you know why it doesn't make the news?
because it, like,
Because if he's
people
an
don't really
Antifa,
know his face.
because if he's an Antifa guy, and he was in there inciting, then it breaks the narrative that it was a bunch of Trump supporters breaking into the Capitol. If it was an Antifa person or a person who voted for Bernie Sanders, a Bernie bro, or if it was somebody who was a hardcore Democrat, you'll never hear about it on the news. You'll never hear about it on the news, and the government won't even release the stuff. Answer me this.
Yeah.
If the Trump administration at the time asked for 2 days prior to that event, asked for National Guard to guard the Capitol and to guard, the area, the buildings around the Capitol. 2 days earlier, they asked for that. Nancy Pelosi said no, and the mayor of Washington, D.C. said no. Both of them said no. Why? Who? How does that help somebody?
So-
If let's say if you were to incite a riot or an insurrection, would you ask for more cops to prevent that event from happening? You wouldn't.
No.
It logically doesn't make any sense.
So you're saying that
Logic dictates that 50% of the shit that went down that day was stuff that was not Trump supporters. 50%, I would say at least 50% of it was not Trump supporters.
but where are you getting your facts from?
It's hard for people to gather facts if they won't allow us to have the information. And I'm saying I believe it's at least 50% of which the shit went down was not Trump supporters. And the very fact that they won't release the videos, they won't release police reports, they won't release arrest records, they won't release any of this shit. If they're not releasing this information, there's got to be a cover-up. Which leads me back to birds aren't real. If there's a cover-up, there's a cover-up.
Okay, what about these people? Like that guy with a hat. He was clearly a Trumper.
You talking about Bullhead Man?
Yeah.
Bullhead Man was at anti-Trump gatherings prior to that. Bullhead Man was found and seen at anti-Trump and Antifa meetings prior to that.
And he was also found at Trump supporting places too before that.
So we're a bunch of feds wearing what neon glow sticks and stuff, so they could.
Okay, so say he is Antifa. He was arrested.
Or
why are they arresting Antifa people?
No, but they arrest him, but they're not saying he's Antifa.
But he's still going to jail.
He's still going to jail, but they're saying that he is. They're misrepresenting who the guy is and what he was.
But
one name above all other names that you need to know about is Ray Epps.
Ray Epps.
Ray Epps. Why isn't Ray Epps in prison? Why?
And
Why isn't Ray Epps in prison?
who is Ray Epps?
Why is he not in prison?
Because he never went inside the building.
No, but he was inciting people. The day before.
The
and
day
the day
before.
the day before and the day of, he was inciting people, saying go into the building. He was at the Capitol, whispering into people's ears, telling people and telling people to go do it.
Yeah,
if
but
you're inciting it, if I say burn down that building, somebody burns down the building, I'm just as liable for inciting the person to do it.
if you
It's
tell,
not freedom of speech to tell somebody to do something illegal. He's actually telling people to do something illegal. He should be in jail.
if you tell somebody to go jump off the bridge and they jump off the bridge.
No, if
Are
you tell
you
somebody to
arrested
push somebody
for-
off a bridge, if I tell you to push somebody off a bridge and you push somebody off a bridge and they have me on video telling you to push somebody off a bridge, that's conspiracy. That's incitement. I'm inciting you to do something and I'm conspiring with you to do it. So if you end up doing it, I'm culpable. I take just as much. I should be punished just as much as you. See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
If you encourage somebody to break a law and you incite somebody to break a law, you are just as culpable as the person breaking the law. Because he was at the place actively trying to get people to break the law, which is different than, you know what, if I were doing that, what I'd probably do is shoot the guy in the face. That's different because I'm not telling somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Joe, listen to Jeff.
Who's saying that?
Lori.
Oh.
All right. So that was Joe pontificates, and then it turned into like a conjecture of fact. Okay, so now we're doing entertaining breakdown. Entertainment breakdown. Breakdown, shakedown. Right?
Yes.
I don't even know how long we're in. How long are we
We
in?
have 15 minutes.
Shit. We don't have time for this shit. Do we really only have 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, entertainment breakdown. We saw this movie called The Killing Room, and it had this dude in it from Leverage. The dude in it from Leverage. And basically it was a study where people... Okay, have you ever done a medical study?
Yeah.
Where they pay you?
Yeah.
To take
Well, not medical, but like something like that, like a movie, like watch a trailer of a
Yeah,
movie.
you watch a
type of
movie
stuff.
and they pay you to do
Yeah.
it. You take a pill and they
Right.
assess what... Okay, so there's like that. And this movie was people doing that. They get paid as like a medical trial or to do something so they can assess had their reaction to it or whatever. Killing Room is basically that, where people are dying and stuff and
Yeah.
they're watching the reaction. Boom, done. That's the breakdown.
Yeah, but it's more than that.
Okay, go
Because
ahead.
it goes deep into the like conspiracy theory, because it basically says that the government is training mass shooters.
Oh, it's a Manchurian Candidate type thing.
Yeah,
Manchurian Candidate type
kind of.
training thing.
Yeah, because they have
Who's susceptible to be manipulated?
right. So you know at the beginning of the film and
Seems
and
like
the
we
middle
just
and
talked
stuff,
about this a couple seconds ago.
but they make you think that like the government is trying to see who
Is most
they
susceptible.
want. Yeah, but they already know, and they're just basically
Confirming it.
no, they're training this guy.
Oh yeah, they already know what's up, but they're training
they're
the person
training
to become a
him
Manchurian Candidate.
to yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and the people who made the movie basically are saying that this is happening.
Okay.
It's not just fictional. So
Well, okay, that was awesome.
okay, cool.
Back in
All
the
right.
day, we had this thing called Gumby and Pokey.
Yep.
And these are some of the Gumby and Pokey dolls. This is Gumby, and this is Pokey.
And check this out, Jeff.
Gumby and Pokey. Gumby, they can't see it. He's wearing Gumby socks. You can't see it because the microphone's in the way. So this is Gumby and Pokey, and so I'm gonna read off of this. Gumby's an American clay animation franchise centered on the tutelar green clay humanoid character created by Art Clokey. There's been a bunch of different TV shows and things about him. So Clokey made his first animated film in 1953. It was a 3-minute Gumbasia called Gumbasia, which is basically Fantasia with Gumby. So in 1953, he made a Gumby thing, Gumby movie. So he came up with the name Gumby because on their farm they had mud or clay that they called gumbo. So he was basically made out of clay, similar to that, and then they made him out of Play-Doh or whatever. And the reason his feet are this big and designed like that is so that he could stand up and they could position him in different positions and he wouldn't fall down. It'd be easier for him to be positioned like that. His head is shaped like that because the guy that created him, his father had a haircut similar to that. So that's how he came up with that. And he had to have a friend, so that's how they came up with Pokey. Pokey was basically, they came up with the Pokey as his friend. So these are actually from like 1960 something. Like these are expensive. Those are rare. So those came out a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The color was green because Clokey apparently, I'm gonna say this is probably recently edited. So I'm reading off of Wikipedia. Okay. So I'm gonna say this is probably recently edited. Okay. SJW's got a hold of Pokey. Just saying. Here's why. Gumby was based on a gingerbread man. The color was green because he chose it because he saw it racially neutral and a symbol of life. Racially neutral being green and a symbol of life.
Why life?
Because plants are green and they give life.
Okay, okay. That makes sense then.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go. Back in the day. Boom. All right then. What do we got left? Let's see. How many minutes? Oh, I can just look at the
13.
clock. I can look at the clock. Boy, I rushed through that one. I didn't even need to. Because we only have like 2 segments left.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. Why didn't you tell me? Dang it. Oh, we needed to do this one. This isn't even in my thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I skipped it. Well, we'll do this one now. Okay?
Okay.
We'll do this one now. So, this segment, I didn't put it on there. This is Generation. Why the fuck do they think that's funny? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and switch back to the browser thing, so you can see it on there. And this is what we're gonna look at.
Okay.
I wonder if the browser's volume is up. Okay, should be up.
Okay, so let me
Have you seen this?
introduce this. Yeah, but introduce this segment basically. So, my kids who are Generation Y, are always on like TikTok, YouTube, whatever, watching these stupid ass videos.
My wife does that.
They're just laughing at.
She's so young.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just like laughing at it, and I watch it, and I'm like, why the fuck is that so funny? You know? Like,
I don't get it. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we're gonna play this.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Actually, this one is.
You can't hear it though.
Oh.
Do you want to be able to hear it? Wait, do you want to be able to hear it?
Yeah.
You want to be able to hear it? Look. All we have to do.
Are they able to hear it?
Yeah, they can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard it before?
Yeah.
So I can just plug it in here and listen to it here.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just go like this. Like this. And I go like that. like this. And then I'm going to plug this in here. And you plug your headphones from there into there. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I'm going to put Gumby away. Gumby away. Okay, here we go. Well, I thought we could hear it. Oh, wait.
Well,
This thing.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, go back. When it first got a thermometer.
Yep. Says you're a little bit hot, cold, hot. It says I'm not hot at all. Damn, this is 45 degrees. Oh no, I've caught it. What, COVID? Nah. Feelings for you, shouty. Uh-huh. Just as I suspected. This is a banana. Oh, it's hot! Yep. Ice cold.
Okay, that's the end?
Yeah, that's all.
Says you're a little bit
Okay.
hot, cold, hot.
Okay, so I didn't get why any of that was funny.
Hence.
Hence the entire that's not funny thing. Boom, watch this. There. Now you can hear yourself.
Now I do,
Boom.
I thought the banana thing was kind of funny, but
It's a banana.
but it's like a bait and switch joke, you know?
Oh, I get you. Where they were like making you think they're going to talk about something like
Yeah.
a penis, but it ended up not being
Yeah.
a penis. It ended up being that they were talking about something that was not a penis.
I wasn't talking about penis. I was talking about, like, temperature.
Why would a penis have a temperature?
Penis wouldn't have a temperature. But a banana
Your penis
might.
doesn't have a temperature?
Well, you know what I mean. The same temperature as me, I would think.
I guess.
I don't know. I've never really, like...
So Lori says
Have you put a thermometer in your penis?
Lori says same thing for her. She didn't know what's up. Same Joe. Why is that funny? I don't see why it's funny. Yeah.
No, it's
All
not
right.
funny.
So I didn't make a thing for this one either. Oh yeah, I did. Pathetic pet of the week. The pathetic pet of the week this week is, who are we going to talk about? Do you know?
Some chihuahua.
Some chihuahua. This pathetic pet of the week is D D07.
Wait.
This chihuahua is D07.
That's his name.
Yeah, D07. An adult male chihuahua, D07.
Is D07 like a droid from Star Wars that
I
I don't know about?
D07. Don't know. Maybe it's the 7th dog that they picked up. And here's how pathetic D07 is. They have a picture of this chihuahua in Raytown. That's a male, small, brown, chocolate, white, cream chihuahua. Vaccinations are up to date. Thank you for your interest in this dog. The animal is currently serving a stray hold while we actively try to reunite them with their family. If the owner can't be located, this animal will be up for adoption. Then they'll spay and neuter it, vaccinate it completely. It says vaccinations are up to date. How do they know if they're going to have to vaccinate it? Sounds suspicious to me. They're going to microchip it. Okay, so they're going to spay and neuter, vaccinate, microchip, and vaccinate.
Well, it's
They're gonna
written by
double-
somebody from Raytown.
They're
so
going to
come
double
on.
vaccinate it. And their name has to change from a number to an actual name. You're welcome to fill out an adoption thing at Midwest Animal resq.org/app. So this is the pathetic pet of the week. Doesn't even have a real story. Doesn't even have a name.
So D07 isn't really its name.
D07 is not its real name. And
If I adopted it, I would change its name to D Nuts.
D007.
Oh.
Yeah, D007. That dog's looking like it could be a 007. All right, so we got to get to the last part of it. The last part of it. Here we go. Wait, where are we? Where are we? Oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong page. Okay, what's up? What's up with that? What's up with this? All right, so the last thing is, come on, man. Go back to my thing. Oh, it already did. I didn't switch pages. The last thing we're going to be doing is the answer to the trivia question. So let's recap. In a bingo game, which number is represented by the phrase two little ducks? Any guesses? Two little ducks.
Oh. No, wait. No, I-22.
I-22. Melissa wants that dog, and Lori said it's a reputable rescue place with crap. They do crappy posts, but it's a reputable place. Well, that's a pathetic dog either way. So you are correct. 22. 22 is two little ducks.
Know that because of my
Boom.
drag queen bingo nights.
Drag queen bingo nights. I remember that. Yeah, I went there with you once. Yeah.
And then they would always say, "Oh, 69."
Well, that's it for the show. That's it. So we'll play the closer. You can't hear the closer because it's on this. So I'm gonna put on my closer headphones. Don't forget to subscribe and like to the channel. Share the channel with other people. Once we get 100 subs, we'll be able to get a custom URL so we can more easily share and find the channel. Like Lori's been having a hard time finding the channel because we don't have a custom URL yet. All right, so there we go.
So, how many likes do we have?
We have 12. Boom.